Our time in school is a time when relationships matter a lot. The people we hang around, they can either lift us up or tear us down. So it's essential to pick the right friends. Today, we're talking about 10 types of people you should stay away from if you want to be successful in your school years. Hey there, Growing Up Kingdom family. Real quick, if you think the audio in this episode sounds funny, that's because it does. The audio got corrupted somehow. Um, we did our best to salvage what we could. So it's gone through a couple of processes, makes it sound like it's not quite exactly organic. It's still my voice, just gone through some processes to try to keep the audio sounding as good as possible for you. Yeah, enjoy the episode. Let me know what you think. Hey, welcome to Growing Up Kingdom. My name's Daniel, and I'm so excited that you're here. If you've been looking for a place where you feel like you can be encouraged, where you feel like you can grow in your confidence, this is an absolutely great place to do that. So make sure that you stick around. Today, like I said in the intro, we're talking about 10 types of people it would be best to avoid as we're trying to make friends in school, trying to figure out who do we hang around, who do we not, who's it best to avoid, who's it best to get close to. We're talking about the people it's best to maybe keep a little bit of distance with, if that makes sense. It's definitely important to pick the right people we hang around. It's no secret that bad company ruins good morals. It's no secret. Bad company corrupts good characters. Bad company ruins good morals. You've heard it said many different ways, but this statement is true. The people you hang around, they will affect you for better or worse. And if their morals, if their standards are lower than yours, if they are not the greatest people to be hanging around, they will pull you down with them. So let's look at 10 types of people it'd be best to uh, maybe keep some distance between or keep some distance from if we're in school. I'm going to go through these really, really fast. It's 10 of them. We don't have too much time, but hey, we'll get through it. Number one, the drug habits. I think we all know someone who's just seems like they're addicted to the drama, always right in the middle of the latest happenings, always involved in some sort of gossip, the next big thing happening around the school. Some people, they just absolutely thrive on drama. They thrive on conflict and they're so quick to involve others. They don't just want to be the only ones in on it. They're going to pull everyone else they know into the drama. And being around them, uh, not necessarily a good idea. You don't want to be always caught up in all this drama all the time, the things happening. One of the biggest things I ask people, hey, how's your school? They always say, yeah, it's all right. It's fine. But there's a lot of drama. And almost everyone I talk to doesn't want to be caught up in this drama all the time. It might seem like fun for a little bit to make friends with the people who are always in all the drama, know what's going on, all the latest gossip. But after a while, it it weighs on you. Being around them causes unnecessary stress, anxiety, distraction from your goals, always trying to keep up with the latest drama, trying to figure out where you stand in it. And that's a lot when you're trying to walk through your years in school trying to figure out who to be around, who are the best people to stay around. Those people, the drama magnets, are number one on my list for staying away from. Because again, it's a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of distractions when you're hanging around those sort of people. Number two, the constant complainers. Now, these people don't seem as dangerous at first. But again, I think we all know people who just constantly complain. They're always complaining about something. Might not be big, might be a really small matter, but they're always complaining about something. These people will drain your energy, they'll drain your joy. If they're constantly pointing out something that's wrong, even if it's just a little bit of something, they're always dragging your attention back to the negative, always dragging your attention back to the negative. And that, again, drains your energy, drains your joy. Every time you got to look back at something else that they don't like, every time they point out something that's wrong. Spending too much time with them can also lead you to adopt a negative mindset. You're going to start looking at everything the way they would see it. Start noticing all the little flaws, everything that's wrong with the world, everything that's wrong with your friends, everything that's wrong with your school, everything that's wrong with your teachers. And when your eyes are so constantly drawn to the negative, constantly drawn at what's wrong around you, it's going to start coming out of your mouth. You're going to just start constantly complaining like they do. And for a lot of us, we're like, oh, no, it's fine. I got some friends and it's fine. They just talk about what they don't like. Yeah, I get that. I get that. But at the same time, it might be time to reevaluate and look, are these people who just honestly, they'll point out if they don't like something, or are these the sort of people who are constantly complaining because it's become a habit for them? Number 3, the fake friends. Now, obviously, like, yeah, I don't want any fake friends. I want real friends. That's obvious, Daniel. I mean, what are you talking about? That should be clear. But there are some people who pretend to care. There's some people who will totally act like think they love you. They're down to help you whenever you need help. At least that's what they say. But you'll notice that some people only show up when they need something from you. Some people will only show up when there's something they can get from you, when there's some benefit to them. And if you actually need their help, you're going to be looking around like, where are they? Where are they? Because as much as they say they're there for you, as much as they act like they're there for you, they're in the friendship for what they can get for themselves. These are the people you'll find who might be talking behind your back and you didn't expect them to be. These are the people who might not be there when you need them the most. Because as much as they act like they're your friends, they're only there really for themselves. Now, this isn't to make you like skeptical of every single friendship you're in. Like, man, is this person a real friend? Are they a fake friend? Are they trying to get something out of me? I think the signs are there. And if you've been wondering, like, man, is this person really for me? Do they really live what they say? Hopefully this podcast is going to make you think a little bit more and make you realize, you know what, maybe the reason I've been thinking this is maybe because they really are just like I thought they were. Maybe they're not really there for me, although they say they are. Let's talk about the approval seekers for a little bit. There are some people who are addicted to approval. They will do what gets them the most appreciation, what gets them the most applause. These are the people who are obsessed with status, they're obsessed with fitting in, and they're obsessed with being accepted by everyone. These are the people some of us would look at and say they don't have a backbone because they just go along with whatever anyone else wants them to do, and they're just so quick to please everyone else. They compromise their values just to be liked, and that's sad. It's sad when you get to the point that you're willing to compromise on your values just to get some appreciation. Now, honestly, for some of us, we're looking for some sort of validation, right? And so we start lowering our values, but it's sad the day you start lowering your values to get more appreciation from the people around you. It's sad when you start lowering your values to get more likes on social media. It's sad. And maybe that's you. Maybe you've started lowering your values. You're like trying to look for some sort of acceptance here, starting to look for some sort of acceptance around you, and you started lowering your values. I want to encourage you. Stay with your values. Your values are important. Your morals are important. Don't change what you believe just because you want to be liked by someone else. Hanging out with these sort of people, it might pressure you to start sacrificing your morals to fit in. Now, we all want to fit in to a certain degree. I do believe we should all have a good friend group where we agree with the people around us and we get along, but at the same time, it is so healthy to stand out and not be afraid to go along with everything everyone else is always saying. It's a great thing to stand your ground, and if you believe in something, not be switching up every single time someone else walks into the room because you're trying to make people happy. Romans 12:2 says, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect." Don't be conformed to this world. Don't be conformed to the way this world thinks. Don't be so quick to switch up what you're doing to be accepted by everyone around you. Be transformed by the renewal of your mind. That would look like spending time reading the Bible, spending time in prayer, in worship, getting to know what the Lord has planned for you, getting to know the Lord, looking at the way Jesus lived, so that you can discern what's the will of God, what the Lord wants you to do, what's best for you, rather than what everyone else wants you to do just because they're going along with the latest trends. And in doing that, you'll find what's good, you'll find what's acceptable, you'll find what's perfect when you don't conform to the world in your thinking, but instead you're transformed by the renewal of your mind and you stay strong in your morals, in your values, and you don't let the people around you compromise on those. All right, next one. Now, this is obvious. You're going to say, Daniel, man, really? Everyone knows that. I would stay away from the bullies. Now, there's some people, we look at them and we're like, oh, yeah, definite, obvious bullies. We've been here at bullies since we were in kindergarten. The people who might use their status or their strength or their height or their looks to intimidate someone else, get what they want. These people enjoy putting other people down, whether that's through words, whether that's through actions. But it doesn't always have to be so obvious. There are people who will constantly cut at other people with their words. They don't go around pushing people in the hallways, but they'll always be talking down on other people. They'll be discouraging all the time, finding other people, picking at them, poking at them with their words. And those are just as much bullies as the people who use their physical force to get what they want. Hanging out with these sort of people, it makes you complicit in their behavior. It's basically saying you're condoning what they're doing. If you're hanging around them and you're with them, you might not be the actual one doing everything they're doing. But if you're there and you're alongside it and you're not going to step up and say, hey, man, that's wrong, then, you're still just going along with it here. And these people's attitude, it creates a toxic environment of fear, insecurity. And that's just not just on the people they're dealing with, the people they're bullying, but it also is reflective of the person who's doing the bullying. And it's also reflective of you. Now, we're talking about the party crowd for a little bit. By all means, have fun. Enjoy your friends. Have a good time. But there are some people that are always looking for the next party, always looking for the next chance to get into trouble. These people are the people who tend to make reckless decisions, the people who are constantly putting you in compromising situations and you're going along with them because you want to be part of them. Now, this sounds so stereotypical, but at the same time, it's true. It happens to a lot of people. You start hanging around these sort of people, and these are the people who start pressuring you into starting to maybe get into drinking, into drugs, smoking different things. Activities that go against your values, but you're so caught up with the party crowd, the people who are so looking for the next high in different things that you just go along with it. And at some point, man, I don't know how else to put it, you just start going along with it. You just start joining them for everything you're doing. You're looking for the next party, looking for the next fun thing to do. And while having fun is important, there are limits. There are things that are not good for you. And some of these people, they might not know those limits, and they might push you to go past your own limits. Getting caught up in this constant party lifestyle, it can derail your goals. It can derail your health. It can derail your relationship with God. I saw this social experiment the other day. I love social experiments. I love a good social experiment. Not like the cheesy ones that are just for clickbait, but like real social experiments where people are genuinely trying to figure out the population and see what the world looks like. They had this little boy, like maybe, I don't know, let's say maybe he was 12. And they gave him this bottle of liquor. Well, it wasn't actual liquor, and it was like iced tea or something in the bottle. And they just put him out in public somewhere, and he just sat against the wall and just, as an actor, and he just acting like he's just out in the street corner drinking. And it was just so heartwarming to watch the way some people stopped. Some people just walked right by. And so a couple of people, they stopped and they're like, man, I see what you're doing. But at the same time, man, I was there. I was you. Now, this kid's an actor, right? He's not actually doing this. But the people see it and they think it's real. And they're like, man, this ruined my life. This is not good for you. Man, I'm going to take this from you and I'm going to encourage you to do something differently because I don't want the same thing for you that happened to me. And for a lot of these people, A lot of the people who might have been a part of the party crowd before, a lot of the people who might have been going along with everything everyone else is doing, at this point, a lot of them are looking back and they say, man, don't do what I did. Don't go along with everything everyone else wanted you to do. Don't be constantly chasing the latest high because you don't want to get where it'll get you. It might be fun for a little bit, but the long-term results just aren't worth it. Gotta get through these last couple of ones here. The manipulators. The experts at getting what they want through guilt-tripping others, using other people. They might seem charming, they might seem fun, they might have a good sense of riz, but if you look at it, they're just using other people to get what they need, get what they want. Around these people, you often feel like you're being used, like you're being taken advantage of, and some people, they just go along with it. I would advise you to get out of that sort of relationship, whether that be a romantic relationship or so-called romantic relationship or just a friendship. Get out of that. Get away from the people who just use you because it's beneficial to them. The lazy friends. Needs no explanation. Some people just unmotivated. If you're going somewhere, if you're determined to get somewhere in life, don't stick around the people who are going to constantly drag you down, who have no interest in moving forward. Their lack of ambition can rub off on you, and not great people to hang around. Proverbs 13 verse 4 says, the soul of the sluggard craves and gets nothing, while the soul of the diligent is richly supplied. A lot of people, they want lots of things, but they're not willing to actually go out and get it. But the diligent people are the ones who go out and actually get it, and they have what they need because they're willing to actually put in the work. Last one here, or two more. One here, the friendship flirts. I use this phrase because there's a lot of people, I mean, you've seen people, they just go around, they flirt from one place to another. They're with one guy, then they're with another guy, they're with one girl, then they're with another girl. A lot of people do this with friendships. They jump from one friend group to another friend group, like someone flirting around, but they never commit to a single person. People do that with friend groups. They never stick with one group for long. They just stick around long enough to get what they need, and then they just move on. There's a lack of loyalty, and it makes you feel like you're a temporary option rather than a real friend. Stay away from those people. Last one here, you guys. We're going to wrap this up. The hypocrites. They act like they're they act like they're a certain way around some people, and they act completely different around other people. They switch up, and you can't tell what are they going to be today, who are they going to be today. Some people, even in the church, will claim to believe in Jesus, will claim to do different things. They might act one way on Sunday, but they live a completely different way the other days. Some people might act one way around the teachers, and they might act a completely different way around their friends. Look for people who are constant all the way through. Look for people who are committed to being one person in every situation. This sort of hypocrisy leads to confusion, and being around these people, they can lead you to question what you believe, what's true to you, and you can start acting different around different people because their actions start rubbing off on you. So, start picking friends who are going to lift you up rather than tear you down. Pick friends who are going to encourage you, friends who are going to leave you feeling better rather than worse. I hope this episode has helped you. Just some friends, some people to stay away from while you're in school. If it has helped you, make sure to go ahead, like, subscribe, follow, do whatever you can to talk while you're listening. Make sure you leave a comment if you have any thoughts. And yeah, I'll see you in the next episode.